Ghanaians and Jamaicans are long-lost cousins, and in this video, we are going to be talking about the similarities between the Jamaican and the Ghanaian culture. You all know we always say Nigerians and Ghanaians are cousins, but I'm beginning to re-guess and re-understand that the true lost cousins are Jamaicans and Ghanaians.
Did you know that the Jamaican people also have a language like this that sounds exactly like the Akan language? Now this is what they call the Kromanti. It is a form of Jamaican Creole that is heavily influenced by the Akan language. Now the name of this particular language, Kromanti, is actually a corruption of the word Komante, which is a name of a town in the central region. The name of this town came from the fancy phrase Komante. In English, it basically means one who is gone because he failed to listen. Now the name of this town was given to this fort that was built by the British in the 1640s.
You get it?
It later became Fort Amsterdam when it was taken over by the Dutch. Now this town later got divided and then birthed another one called Abande. That is where you can find this particular fort now. The people who were taken from this place to Jamaica became known as the Maroons, which is a name they gave to enslaved Africans who escaped from the plantations. Now the leader of these Maroons were these three people: the nanny of the Maroons, Kujo, and then a Champon. It was a Champon who established this village called Akompong. They couldn't pronounce his name, and then they ended up with the name Akompong.
You don't know.
Now these people, they eat, they drink, they dance, and dress like the Akan people.
You get it?
The Kromanti is not just any language in Jamaica. They use it for rituals.
A lot of people don't know that Jamaicans are extremely Ghanaian, not just because they take so long when you order food from there. They be like, chicken ready when it's ready, man. Not just for that reason, but genetically. In this process of self-discovery, I went from Ghana to Jamaica to Kingston up in the mountains to a Maroon village called Akrompong. The Maroons are the people that escaped from slavery almost as soon as they hit the island, because they looking around, they're like, I know what to do with this. I'm out of here. Like, Maroons fought the British for 60, 70, 80 years until they reached a point where the British had to grant them sovereignty. Up in this Maroon village, Akrompong. Akrompong is the name of a place in Ghana. The most famous Maroons, Kojo, like my name is Kwesi and Kweku. They're like the basic Ghanaian names. They speak Twi words and some of their patois. One of the wildest parts about it to me too is the fact that these people have had sovereignty and freedom since the 1600s. In that time, they have had 2 murders because they're so deeply in tune with their natural state as African people. It's a piece of technology that they placed on us through oppression to believe that we're an inherently violent, murderous people. It's just propaganda. Reality is that we live in a violent society. And so these people that extracted themselves from a violent society and lived within their ancestral spiritual practices and had 2 murders, a period of 500 years. Not only that, everybody owns the land. There's no ownership of land because land is something that God provided for everybody. You can grow your food and feed your family. I don't know. Is that socialism? I guess African societies were kind of like rooted in a sort of socialism.
If best friends could be defined by countries, then Ghana and Jamaica would be the combo. The synergy between Ghanaians and Jamaicans must be spiritual, because I don't understand how we get along so well and so naturally. Ghanaians and Jamaicans get along so well, in my opinion, because even though we're quite different, when together we just make a perfect combo. A bit like jerk and then chicken, no pun intended. I think both Ghanaians and Jamaicans just operate on vibes. So far as we've got good health and life, anything is possible. People of both countries are also weirdly secretive. Ghanaians don't tell people when they're traveling, and only a Jamaican man wear a mask to collect his lottery winnings, and I don't blame him. Despite our similarities, we do have our differences. I think Ghanaians are far more relaxed, whereas Jamaicans are more confrontational, but it's a good balance. A friendship match made in heaven. Jamaicans are like the loud, boisterous friends that do all the talking, and Ghanaians are the best friend that don't say much but are equally about the smoke and are always laughing. What a combo.
In fact, the Jamaican flag color and the Ashanti flag is the same colors. That's number 1. All right? You do wachi, we do rice and peas. That's number 2. You love music, we love music. Nanny from the Maroon, who's a Jamaican national hero, is actually an Ashanti queen. So a lot of Jamaicans share heritage with the Ashanti people and the Akan people, right? There's a lot of similar words that we use in our language. Like in Jamaica, I say, where you there? In Ghana, where you there?
Couple of things I think about that we have in common, Guyana and Ghana. One, definitely the people. My twin sisters are walking about here and I haven't met them yet. The food, oh my goodness, the food from the wache versus our cook-up rice. We don't know cook-up rice better than wache. No offense, we love wache. Of course, the music, Afrobeats. We have our soca, calypso, dancehall, reggae, the list goes on. But what we have in common is the love for each other, the love for the land here of Ghana.
Ghanaians and Ivorians, are we related? I just learned that some people speak Twi in Ivory Coast and they are not Ghanaians. Well, I don't even know at this point if we are really related. And it's so fascinating. Like, wow, history is such a beautiful thing. They even have kente, and I think they call it kete or something like that. Historically speaking, we are connected. And I don't know. Fascinating, mind-blowing.
You're welcome to my channel. I'm Delicious Army. Here I tell Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, and all the good stuff relating to them. These amazing meals you can see on your screen are meals that Jamaicans and Ghanaians share. They are the similarities, yes. You all know that in Ghana, they eat contomere stew, and also in Jamaica, they have their own type of contomere stew, yes. Many people do not know that Ghana and Jamaica used to be one. When I say used to be one, they were almost from the same ancestry. But when it has to do with slavery, colonialism, that was when the whole division came. But even with that, there's something about ancestry. You cannot wipe it off. Initially, when I saw Ghanaians, I used to think Ghanaians and Jamaicans lived in one country. Until I did my research and discovered that Ghanaians have their own country the same way Jamaicans have their own country. In fact, they are not in West Africa. That is to tell you how much colonialism scattered these both cousins. But there's something I realized about them is that they have a lot of similarities. Ghanaians love dreadlocks. Same with Jamaicans. Listen to Jamaican music and then listen to Ghanaian music. You will see a lot of similarities. And even their food, the way Jamaicans cook. Jamaicans believe in building flavor when it comes to their meals. And that is the same thing with Ghanaians. Ghanaians love building flavor. So I feel the real cousins are Jamaicans and Ghanaians, not even Nigerians. Because Nigerians have no similarities with Ghanaians, if we want to be sincere. And even the way Ghanaians talk fast. Same thing with Jamaica, they talk fast too. So they have more similarities. You understand? The only few similarities Nigeria and Ghana has is just jollof rice, and the immigrants in Ghana and the ones in Nigeria. If not, there's not so much of a similarity. But feel free to drop your own opinions in the comment section. How I wish colonialism, all this slavery and all this separation never happened. These people are supposed to be in one country actually. But feel free to drop your own opinions in the comment section. I'm Delicious Army. Yeah, I talk Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, and all the good stuff relating to them. I'll see you in my next one, guys. Bye bye.